Leba from UltraView, and I'm going to demonstrate how to install the software for the EM-Gammalert radiation detector, which detects both ionizing and electromagnetic /RF/microwave radiation. First thing you want to do is to go to the UltraView website, www.ultraviewcorp.com. Okay. So now we're on that site. We're going to go to support, and we're going to go to product downloads. Later you can download the manual too, just click on that. But we're going to do the downloading the software for right now. So go to product downloads, and then scroll down until you see radiation detectors. And the first one there says EM-Gammalert Windows 10, 11, 64-bit software. We want to download that. So I'm going to click download. Okay, and we can see it's downloading where I have the cursor. You see the little thing going down. Okay. Okay, download in progress. So it's still in progress. Okay, it says done. So now I'm going to go to downloads. I can go right to there. Okay, so I have the download right here, this darkonrelease.zip. I just double click on it. That's going to unzip it. It's going to put it in this folder. Then I'm going to simply drag this folder over, and all we're going to need to do is to copy it, to drag it to C. So we bring it over to the white space on the right here, go like this, and you see now it's copying from the zip to C, and it's going to take about a couple minutes. See, it's proceeding here. Okay, we're about half done here. And remember, all of this software has to be installed on a Windows machine using Windows 11 or Windows 10. We don't support Mac, and it has to be a Windows machine. You can use a PC that runs Linux, but it's a different install than we're talking about here. Anyway, the copy is almost done. It says copies the software onto your drive. Under C is the best place to install it. And we're almost done. Okay. I'm going to get rid of the downloads directory. We don't need that anymore. I don't need the website anymore. I'm going to get rid of that. So now we have the software in C, and the next step is we're going to install the driver for this. So we're going to go to Device Manager. The best way to do it, just search for Device Manager in the search bar of your computer, usually at the lower left. Okay, so Device Manager is already there. Just type in Device Manager, and it'll autofill it. And now we're going to look for the device, which is going to be under, okay, we're going to plug in our device. So we're going to plug in the USB cable. Okay. And now we're going to look for, it says setting up a device. Okay, so we see this says other devices. It'll either say other devices, or it'll say COM or an LPT devices, or USB devices, COM and USB devices. Anyway, you see us, other devices. We're going to right-click on this, and we're going to say Update Driver. Even though there's no driver installed, we have to say Update Driver. Okay? And then we're going to say Browse My Computer for drivers. Click that. Then we have to find out where that driver is. Well, the beauty of it is we know where we installed it, so we're going to browse to it. Remember, we installed it under C, so we're going to this PC, and we're going to look for C here, local disk C. And then we're going to look for Darkon 100 Release 2.0. We go into that, and we're going to go into Driver, and we're going to say OK. So I'm going to go OK. Okay, and I'm going to go next. You see it says Darkon 100 Windows Release 2 Driver. And we have to say, make sure it says include subfolders. So we say next. Okay, it's installing the drivers. Okay, it's successfully updated it. Let's close. We can close this too. Go into the directory from which the install has been made. We sometimes call that the install directory. And we're going to go into install. Okay, and we're going to right-click on install.bat. We say open. It's installing. Are you sure you do? Yeah, so you don't need to say always ask before opening. So say run. Okay, it's installing. It's telling you the progress. Waiting for 9 seconds. I guess we should press a key to continue. Press any key to continue. Okay, so I pressed the space bar. Okay, so there it's now made an icon for that, and that icon should also appear on the desktop. Let's look for that. Okay. Here it is. So I'm going to move it out to the open here, and I'm going to also, there's another one called World Database, which we won't have in this video, but it's a global database where you can upload events. So let's start the device. The device has been plugged in, it should be running. Your EM-Gammalert. Let's go to rad-emp. Let's say run. Let's get rid of always ask before opening this file. Okay. There it is. Okay. And it's getting ready. It's downloading events. Okay. So now you see a bar. While our device was not connected, but while it was, powered up with the battery, it collected some events. You can see right here. These little spikes here, there's a little table on the right, which is a list of these events, and all of these are radiation events. These are cosmic events. These are particles that are all around us, and every time one of those hits the scintillator inside the device, it makes a little flash of light that is recorded by photocells in a very sensitive amplifier and put into memory. So all of this, just on July 14th, it collected these 4 events. So your device is running. And you can display it in bigger detail. You could show it in histogram format. We could show you like all the different energies. So you have ones of different energy. You'll see little peaks at different places. This is the basic operation of the device, and we'll do another video that puts that in more detail. But these are factory settings that I'm pointing to at the left for the thresholds for triggering. You should leave those as they're set. Do not bring them lower because it will falsely trigger on events that are not really there. But I'll explain these very quickly. EM is the threshold for showing that electromagnetic energy, such as radio frequency energy or microwaves, have occurred. If they're weak microwaves, they'll trigger any time this reading is above 100. If there's something very strong that potentially could be hazardous to health, we have a threshold of 1,000. In that case, it'll beep. A red light will appear on the device at the lower right-hand side of the device, which is the EM part, and it'll show you that it was a severe event. You can always play back these events if you want. The next slider setting, which again should not be altered, is the ionizing radiation threshold. That should be left at 1,000. That's for detecting strong events. Now notice these cosmic events did go over 1,000. This one went to about close to 3,000. But they're so brief, and they're just for some literally nanosecond type of time, that they're harmless to people, at least as far as we know. So, and if you fly in a plane with this device, you'll see about 30 times as many of these per hour as you do just on the ground. On the ground, you'll probably see 1 or 2 of these every few hours. And then finally, this red scent is a filter for deciding when the event is long enough that it's a really hazard. And this low gain detector is for detecting terrestrial gamma flashes, which should only ever occur when flying, and it should be extremely rare. So anyway, that's the way the device works. And a couple interesting things on the device. If we stretch it out a little bit, you can see more of the, we can make it full screen here. And then if we scroll this, there's some interesting stuff you can see. You can show what the temperature of the device was. Make sure it should never be over about 40. You're operating it in the direct sun, which is not good. Shows the battery voltage over here. So right now this device I have plugged in has 3.6643. When it's fully charged, it should be about 4.19 or 4.2, somewhere around that number of volts. So this is very good. If you want to later, let's say this list fills up with tons and tons of data, and it just takes a long time to upload onto your computer each time you plug it in, you could go enable flash erase, and you can say erase darkroom flash, and it's going to erase this. It takes about 2 minutes. Then also, you might want to erase the stored copy of that, which is in the local database on your machine. You could just type the same kind of thing, just say enable database erase and erase local database. This will empty out. So here you got a device. It's just leaving the last device on the screen. And that's really how you use it. And just carry it with you, and it'll collect events when you feel you've encountered an event that's of risk. plug it into a USB cable into your PC, and remember to hit the icon right here, this yellow and black icon, and it'll bring up that program that we just ran, just like we did, and you can look at your events. Right now there's no events because we had cleared out that device. Anyway, we'll have other videos on more detail, but that's generally how you use this very simple device. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions, email us and we'll be happy to answer those. Thank you.